Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Let's see if you guys can hear me. Welcome tonight. Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. Awesome. I was worried there for a moment because I got my pad on over here and I didn't hear anything coming out of it. So it was kind of weird. Good. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Linda, for the 5x5. Salt Miss, thank you for the 5x5. Ashley, welcome tonight. I'm glad you are here. And I'm excited for all of you here. I think over on Facebook, my niece is online. Hi, Tiffany. I'm glad you guys are joining me live tonight. So, if any of you that are here tonight, hey, what's up, Rats, Double Rats? Welcome. Welcome to the channel. If any of you came over from TikTok, let me know. Make sure that you do it in all caps. Hey, Fernando came over from TikTok. So I did something a little not normal for Fernando, guys. And yes, I'm talking in third person. I was thinking, I have a huge following on TikTok, and how can I bring them over here? And I thought, well, why don't I just go live? So at 7:30, I went live, just kind of like bringing people over here. And so I talked a little bit over there, and for like 15 minutes, I was on there just 15 minutes talking about really quick about the channel, what we're doing, what our hopes and our dreams are, and how I wanted everybody to come join us tonight at 9 on YouTube. I don't know, TikTok. People who are on TikTok are usually, that's just where they live. So if any of you guys come over from TikTok, just let me know. I would love to say hello to you guys. Thank you for the 5x5s. Tonight, we have a great live for you tonight. So I want to thank you guys who joined me for my live from the park. That was a pretty awesome time. If you have not seen the video, go check the video out. I went live from my camping trip this week, and last week. The days are just all mixed up. Last week, and so we went live, and I was hoping that you guys could hear me. Those of you that were able to attend did, I think so. If not, you can go back and check out the video I put together. I only did day one and day two of the camp because my son came that night and I just spent time with him. That was a really, really neat thing for him to join me. And it was unexpected. So I was really excited when he told me he was going to come and join me for a night of camping. And so that was really cool. So that's why in the video you only see day one and you see day two. So let's talk about that because it was kind of hard for me day one because so a few things happened. I'm gonna tell you how unprepared I was. And my son-in-law, well, he's always really good at telling me, so you're telling me you're not prepared? I thought you were God's prepared warrior. He's always telling me. He keeps me on my toes. But so here's the events and how they unfolded last week on Monday. So on Monday, I was packing everything for my trip. The trip from where I live to the campsite really wasn't far. It was like maybe an hour and a half drive, which wasn't too bad, right? And so so I get there, And as I'm setting up camp, I realized I forgot my backpack. And what can I say? I'm just getting old, I guess. It was here in the living room, and all the lights were off because my wife was working that Saturday. I'm sorry, that Monday. And so she was already in her office working, and so I had just the last few things in my hands. I set them down on two different spots: my backpack on the couch, on the sofa, and then my other bag that I had here on this little table that's by the door. And so I went in there to say goodbye, give my wife a kiss, and then she asked me something and told me something, and then I totally forgot about my bag. I grabbed the bag that was right here on the table that I could see because it was dark in here because all the lights were off. And my old eyes are just old. And so I got in the truck and I left because I was excited. I literally live for this week that I get off from work, and I get to relax and rest at camp. And so anyway, I went, and I realized once I started unloading everything, I'm like, where's my backpack? I know I got it. And so I realized that I actually didn't bring it. And so, my wife, needless to say, and my son-in-law had to come and bring me my backpack, which was really cool because, it actually got them to go out and see what it is and what it looks like when I go camping. And, they were like, hey, this looks really cool. We want to come next year. So much to the point that he took the week off next year, the week of Thanksgiving, so that we can go do my normal camp together. So I'm excited. I love it when I get to take my family, and so that's going to be fun. The beard looks good. Hey, Prep Rebel, thanks. It's growing back. Yeah. Yeah. And so, it was a good thing because they got to come out and see what it looked like. Now, there's two things that happened. So, when I got there, they told us that we couldn't do a fire because we were in a burn ban. And so I couldn't do a fire, and I love campfires. I love making my coffee and just sitting there and watching the fire and drinking my coffee and being outside. Those are the things that I love to do. And so, I did a coffee video there at the campsite, so you got to watch that if you haven't seen it yet. So that bummed me out when I went to the ranger station to check in and let them know that I was there. And so that happened. And then when I get there, I started unpacking everything. First thing I always do is I set up my tent, and then I set up my kitchen. So I'm very particular when I go camping because I set up this canopy, this big canopy, and in the canopy is where my kitchen is. And I take the canopy and I close it in 3 sides so it only leaves one side open. And I do that because whenever we're in Texas, the weather changes rapidly. And so while I'm telling you that right now, it leads into what happened. And so anyway, so I do that because I don't want the fire to go out on my stove. If I use my alcohol stove, or if I use my Esbit stove, or if I'm just using the Coleman stove, right? Because even the Coleman stove will get blown out if it's a big gust of wind. And so so I put this canopy up, and I was all excited. I got it set up. I got it wrapped 3 sides, and I staked the back legs, and then I said, you know what, let me go ahead and bring down the cooler and all that just so that I can start setting it up and seeing how I want to set it up. Yeah, I'm that particular. But anyway, so I did that, and as I was doing that, I knew that we were going to have cold weather that night. I knew that. And so all of a sudden, I staked the back 2 legs, but I didn't stake the front 2 legs. And so all of a sudden the front comes through, and look, I've never been in a hurricane, But this wind that came through with this front, it was a lot of wind that I have never seen before in my life. Because this wind that came with this cold front as it was coming through lifted up the canopy into the air, the front part of it that wasn't pegged, right? Because Fernando decided to say squirrel and go get the other things and start setting up instead of staking it all down. So anyway, this wind picks up the canopy, the front side of the canopy, and I'm at the truck, which is maybe 10, 25 steps, right, to get to the canopy. And so as I'm running back, I grab the front leg because this is how high it is in the air. I'm grabbing the bottom, and I had it fully set up. I'm grabbing the bottom of this leg as the wind continues to fill it and, wants to send it off into the next campsite where these poor people were at over there. And so I am struggling. And needless to say, I have people that are like next to me all the way down that are camping also see me struggling with this canopy because I have it by one leg and these gale force winds that want to take it. And so I'm fighting with this thing and no telling what they were what they were thinking about me. But I wasn't worried. I was just trying to get this thing down because I didn't want it to fly away, break loose and fly away, get stuck in a tree or, hit somebody else's camp. So I am struggling with this thing. And so, I always carry a large knife on my hip, always, even at work. And so I pulled out my knife and I just started, chopping off all the the little ties that I had tied this tarp around this thing so that it could stop catching all this wind. Well, I did that and it was still being caught by the canopy part. So I unvelcroed that, and when I finally took all of that off, the two back legs that were pegged were broke because of this wind. So therefore, when you watch the video, you see that my camp kitchen setup is all in front of the picnic table because Fernando couldn't set up his canopy because the wind decided to come. The Texas wind decided to come and take out the canopy. So I was upset. I was livid because I like to, since I wasn't going to be able to have a campfire, I was going to be able to sit in my canopy and through the alcohol stove that I have a little fire set up so that I can at least enjoy that since I wasn't able to burn wood. So other than that, everything else was great. You'll see in the video where I'm in the tent, I'm talking about my son's going to sleep here. This is my side of the tent. You can see the wind, and this is already like almost 10 o'clock. The wind is still blowing the tent. And so, it had calmed down a little bit, but it was still kind of bolstery, the wind, because it was, you can see in even in that part of the video, it's still blowing. So all night, as the front was coming through, the wind was really violent. And so, but I slept peaceful because, all that puts me to sleep. Needless to say that the next day and the next day that I was there camping, beautiful weather, there was no more wind. So, I think if I would have just not set up the canopy and just kind of waited for the next day, but, Fernando likes to be 100%. So, yeah, so that was an ordeal and, and stuff. So let's see, it says, actually, every time I see or hear Fernando, that how the song starts. Man, if y'all only knew how much flack I got because of that song and still do today, as you can see. That's funny. So yeah, so I mean, whenever I'm outside, no matter how it is, I enjoy it because I just love being outside. Ever since I was a kid, I was told go outside and play, go outside and play. And so, I took naps outside under the tree when I was little. My mom had to always come find me, pick me up, bring me inside. I wouldn't take naps inside, but I would take naps outside. So, yeah, go figure. Until she got smart and put my bed by the window, then all the air coming in would make me go to sleep. So, yeah. So it's all Mrs. laughing. Linda's laughing. All right, you're laughing at Fernando. That's good. So that was my ordeal. This camping trip. It was a great trip. I really enjoyed it. This was a new park. Well, all the parks that I'm gonna go to are gonna be new because I haven't been to them. This was a new park. This was a small Texas park. So if you guys want to look that up, you can go to Google and type in there Palmetto State Park in Texas. It is located in Gonzales, Texas. It's a really small park, but I enjoyed myself. I was right on the San Marcos River, and so my tent, the back of my tent, faced the river, and so I had access to the river, so it was really cool. So I just sat out there and fished when I wasn't doing anything. When I wasn't making my coffee, I sat out there and fished, and I just enjoyed my time. And then when my son got there, he got there in the evening on Tuesday, and so we had dinner together. And we had great conversation. We stayed up late just talking. I think we were the only ones up. Everybody else was asleep. And then we decided to kind of go down one of the trails at night, which was kind of scary. And he took pictures and stuff and put it on his Instagram. But yeah, and so it really was a really fun trip. And like I said, it wasn't far from home, so it was really good. So next year, in November, we're planning on our next camping trip. I go in April again. To another park, but I'm probably going to go back to the same park that I've been to before, only because the last time I went, I didn't get the patch. So I collect all the patches from all the places I've been, and I put them on my vest. So that's the deal. So this whole camping series that you'll see me do throughout the years going forward is leading up to the big week camp that I'm going to take. Once I've completed all of them, to Big Bend National Park here in Texas, and so that's the huge park where there's mountain lions and stuff like that. So, so I'm gonna do that's like the last thing where I'm gonna walk in with just the backpack on my back. Hopefully, I won't forget it this time, and camp with just what I have in my bag for a whole week. So. We'll see how that goes. I'm excited about that trip. It's like not even close. It's like way far ahead. But each one of these trips that I take helps me to understand what I need, what I don't need, and what I can live with and what I can live without. At the same time, it is helping me use my preps, right? So this next trip that I'm taking some of my pantry food that we've been stockpiling, and so I'll probably do a whole series on that when I start doing that next trip next year. So we'll get to see that. That's the plans that I have. So the family don't know that, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, but yeah, it's really exciting, and I'm super excited for that trip. It's gonna be super fun. So. I'm glad you're here, Prep Rebel. I missed you, man. I've been praying for you. Hope you've been doing all right. Like I said, I am looking for new things coming out of the channel, and so I've added a few people to the team here recently, and we've been working outside together on ideas for God's Prepared Warrior. My son-in-law has joined the team, and my son is joining the team, and so and my best friend is on the team already. But we're gonna start soon putting things together as far as communication plans together and getting ready for camping on the next trip, putting all that together. So I'm excited about it. Now, one of the things that I shared with the people on TikTok today before I came live with you guys is that I want to start working on building God's Prepared Warrior community. Now, I shared with them, I got something this last week, and I'm gonna share it with you because this is how you know that your channel is doing really good. And so I want to share this with you because I got this package here. And this package came from the Professional Citizen Project. So you guys, when I did my Get Home Bag video, in that, one of the items in that video was a book, right? And I have that book right here. And I showed you guys this book. I don't know if you remember, but I showed you guys this book. This is the Professional Citizen Project book, and this is, let's see if I can get that centered right. This is Citizen Manual number 1, Individual Tactical Skills, right? Now, then when I did the video, I shared this book with you and told you, you got to get this book, right? Well, the author sent me this package. Not because he saw my video, but because I just started posting a lot of stuff on Instagram. I'm not really an Instagram person when it comes to God's Prepared Warrior, because I really don't take a lot of pictures of what I'm doing, and I'm going to be doing that from now on because Instagram really works. So Jack Morris from the Professional Citizen Project sent me an email, and he said, "Hey Fernando, I really like what you are doing with the community." And in reality, we just started talking about putting together a community meeting here where I live with God's Prepared Warrior to build a community, kind of like a mag, right? And I want to do that here, but I don't want to just stop here, right? I want there to be a team of God's Prepared Warriors in every state, right? That's my goal. I would really love to say we have God's Prepared Warriors outside the state of Texas. And so where we meet together as teams and stuff. And so anyway, so I posted something to that effect on Instagram, and he saw that, and he said, "Hey Fernando," he sent me an email. He's like, "Hey, I want to send you my book, and it's the Citizen Manual number 1 book, and it's Individual Tactical Skills." And I said, "Hey Jack, thanks." I said, "I already have your book." Right, I told him, I did my Get Home Bag video, and I said I have that book in my backpack because that backpack goes with me everywhere, right? It goes with me to work every day. And so I said, I have that. Thank you. I wouldn't mind. I didn't tell him no, because even if he did send it to me, I can give that one away, right? Because I already have mine. Where did mine go? I set mine down. I don't know where I set it down, but I have my book, right? My book's a little tattered and torn and worn. Oh, here it is. Because I'm telling you, when I tell you, you got to get this book, I am really into this book. And there is a lot of great information in here that you can learn as a citizen how to be professional, right? So he has created a series of these books, and he said, "I'm gonna send you one anyway, so that you can leave that one in your get home bag, and you can have another one." And so he sent me this one. Now this is the updated one. Mine doesn't have the yellow triangle. It's just green. So this is the upgraded version. This one is mine, right? Manual number 1. This is the new one, manual number 1. So here soon, I'm going to do a giveaway on this, and so I'm going to be doing that because this is a great book, and I want somebody to have this. So anyway, so not only did he give me that, but he sent me Citizen Manual 2 Reconnaissance. I'm going to be learning all kinds of cool stuff. I'm just telling y'all. He sent me that one. And then he also sent me Citizen Manual number 5. And this is perfect. Let me tell you why. Because actually, I want to talk about land navigation soon. Because I've been talking about communications. Because I'm into communications, right? I've been talking to you guys about you guys having communications, having a communication plan. Even when I'm talking about hurricane stuff, you got to have a communication plan. Me and my family are working on that communication plan, and hopefully we will be moving that forward soon. So, he sent me the land navigation manual, and I'm excited because I want to be able to learn this myself. So, like I've always told you guys, I am not the prepper professional, but we're learning together. And what I learn, I am going to be teaching all of you guys so that we can be doing that. So be ready to see videos on that coming out soon. And then he sent me a bunch of his stickers. And so all of those will go on my coffee cups. You already know. So yeah. So that's new, and I'm hoping that this turns into something, because community is a big thing that I really like to promote, and it's not just, hey, it's just Fernando, and he's God's prepared warrior, and that's it. There's no other prepper that's any better than him. No, we should all be working at this together, because being in preparedness is not, you're not only preparing for yourself, because that's the main thing, but there's going to be a time where we're going to come across people who aren't prepared, and they're going to need help, and God has provided for us, right? I truly believe that God provides for us, not just for us, but for others, because God is always working in the background, right, in our life. And he is usually going to bring us to people in need, and we are to help them, right? It all goes back to the Good Samaritan, right? So keep that in mind, because that's what we're going to do. And that's why I really want to take God's prepared warrior, not just here where I live, but all across the United States. So I'm going to be honest with you. My blog and the devotional right now is worldwide. It is being read in Sweden. It is being read in the Philippines, in Ireland, in Switzerland, in Italy, Rome, all of those places. Ukrainians are reading my blog. And like I said, I'm not a professional, but I want to bring awareness to preparedness, and that we're never caught with our pants down, right? So that's one of the important things that I want to do. So that right there is a new thing. The blog and the devotional is all around the world, and so I'm seeing this God is it, when as I'm being faithful in the little where He puts me, He continues to add on top, right? There's a scripture verse that when I can't don't quote me on it, but it says that we got if when God will put us over the small things, and when we do that, He'll put us over greater things. So um, I'm faithful to God when it comes to Him saying, "Fernando, I want you to do this." I always say yes because I I don't want to fight God. So yeah, so that's how I know that God is doing great things with the channel. And so, like I said, I eventually want to triple this platform. Right now, we are live here on YouTube. You guys are here with me, and then we are live on Facebook. So I really truly mean it when I tell you guys, go to the description in this on this live feed that we're doing. Go to all my socials, follow them, because I am on all of those in different ways, right? It's like I was explaining earlier to the people on TikTok, right? It's my first time going live on TikTok, and I was only on there 15 minutes, and I think I had like 170 something people that were watching me live. Blew me away. So there is a whole nother audience there that I really want to add. And can you imagine adding these platforms and growing this community? That's what I want to do. And so I feel that God is calling me to do that and to help you guys, and to learn with you guys, because I don't have all the answers, but together we can do so many great things. So so I started today. I started. I think it's called. Let me look at it just so that I quote myself right. Oh, I can't see it. I think it's called Prepper Tips for the Day or something like that. I posted that out on all platforms from the community page here on YouTube to TikTok. All these little. They're going to be little pictures every day of here's a prepping tip for the day. Here's a prepping tip for today. Here's another prepping tip. And so, I want to be able to kind of like share that information out there. And so this month we're going to be looking a lot at getting ready for winter. So the blog series is on winter preps. So make sure you're following that. If you have not gone to my website and gone to the contact tab and clicked on the newsletter, sign up for that, because that comes into your inbox on Monday. The devotional comes out, and then on Tuesday the blog comes out, and so it goes automatically into your inbox. And it's I'm not patting myself on the back. It's really good information to know, because it's the first, like I said, I can't even remember where I said it, but I said it on one of my social media pages this week or last week. When the weather changes, that's your sign. That is the sign for you to get ready, right? So for me, the sign was this last Monday when the gale force winds came in and tore up my canopy, and it was cold that night. It was cold Monday night, and the temperature dropped all the way to 48 degrees, and that's Fahrenheit. And the wind, that's just the temperature. The wind that was blowing made it feel like it was 43 degrees. So, needless to say, that Monday night was really cold, and then Tuesday morning was kind of cold, but then we kind of heated up to 70 degrees. So that's Texas. In the morning it'll be cold, in the afternoon it'll be hot, and then it'll be cold again, or raining or snowing or something. So the Texas has bipolar weather is what we call it. So that's our sign that, hey, it's now time to be in the next season, right? So we got to look at all of those things. So that's one of the things that I wanted to just kind of share that that's what we're going to be looking at as far as the blog and some of the tips that you'll see come out um, for this next blog series. So yeah, so it's going to be pretty neat. So I don't even think I welcomed you guys. I think I did, but yeah. So tonight, now that we got all that out of the way, all that fun stuff, Fernando getting blown away. So everybody knows that Hunter Biden was pardoned from all the crimes that he's committed, and people are freaking out at that, and I'm not really freaked out about that because Joe Biden is a dad, right? I mean, if it was me, first of all, no matter how old my kids are, they're going to get in trouble. Growing up, they were always in trouble. Because I I wanted them to grow up strong. I wanted to teach them to be strong. I wanted to teach them, that not to let nobody push them around, right? And so that's how I brought up my kids. And today I look at them and I'm so excited because when I look at my kids, I see me in them. And it's not a bad thing. It's I look at it as they learned what I wanted to teach them. And so they have a sense of who God is in their life. That's another great thing that I'm so excited about my kids. And so I always keep them in prayer. So keep your kids in prayer. Keep teaching them. So anyway, going back to the Hunter Biden thing. So if that was me and that was my son and I had the power to get him out of trouble, I would do it because he's my son, right? Did he do wrong? He sure did, right? But he would have me on his tail. When I was growing up, I remember my dad, when we would go to a new school, we moved around a lot. My dad was a pastor, and so we moved around a lot. And one thing I remember my dad always telling the principal when we would go and register at a new school, my dad would say, because back then, we used to get hit with the paddle. I'm not saying I was a bad kid. I only got hit with the paddle once. And, that's all I needed to understand, right? And, every time we'd go somewhere, my dad would say, if you need to spank my son, you spank him, right? You use that paddle. He would say, use that paddle on him. Because when he gets home, he's going to get in trouble again with me. And so, that's how I grew up. And so, I look at my kids now and I see a little bit of my dad in them and I see a little bit of me in them. And so, I think that if I was in that situation, I would probably do the same because that's my son, right? But I would make sure that there were still consequences that fell on him. But that's neither here nor there. So that's in the news. I know that people have been talking and chatting that up a lot. Cyber Monday is today, and you have till midnight to get all of your things bought for Christmas. Hopefully your kids have given you their Christmas list, your grandkids, because this is the day that we look forward to saving money, right? I posted a video. I don't know if you guys saw the video I posted about being situational awareness as you go out on Black Friday. That was a funny video. That was actually a newscast video from 2014, I think, if I remember correctly. And I used that because I wanted people to get to the understanding that still happens. People still get trampled on. And then now today, in today's time, people are carrying guns, and situational awareness is so important. So yeah, so that's why I put that video out. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, so Cyber Monday kicked off, finishes today. So make sure you take advantage of that, because it follows Black Friday. It's like a tradition now. So that happened. I hope all of you got a lot of family time in this last week for Thanksgiving. I know I did. My wife and I got to spend time with the kids, and it was a really neat time with them. We're empty nesters, and it's still kind of new for us. And it was neat this year to see them kind of take the reins of Thanksgiving and, host it at their house. And, it was really neat because we didn't get to really have to do anything. So, yeah. Hooray to the kids. I did cook 2 turkeys this year because there's a lot of us, and I didn't want my daughter to have to do 2, so I did 1. And then on Thursday, it was just me and my wife here at the house, and I said, I want to make a turkey just for us. And so me and my wife, I think we had our first Thanksgiving together with just me and her. And it was different, right? I mean, we have our fur babies here, and, they kept us entertained. It was a little different this year. So, love your loved ones. Pray for them. Love on them. And you might say, well, Fernando, I don't really have a good relationship with them. Pray for them anyway, and ask God to bring you together, because He will do it. He's done it in my life. So I just want you guys to know that. So keep doing that. That's why I didn't film anything on that when my son came, because I wanted that time with him, and it was really neat. God gave us that. It was really cool. So that's what we did on Thursday, and so I think we got our fill of turkey. We do have a lot of leftovers that I'll be taking and inventing new dishes this week when I go to work. So yeah, today was my first day back to work. For us at work, it's always hard because we've been away for a whole week, and we're really blessed where we work. And we're given the whole week off for Thanksgiving to be with our family and to kind of rest and unwind, because we really work hard in what we do. And so today was our first day back, and first days are always hectic. And but it was a really, really good time to go back and be back at work. It's just getting back into that routine of waking up early. That was hard for me this morning. So that's where we are with that. So the other thing is that let's see, Trump has been moving along with his new people that he is bringing in for January 20, and what I can say is that he's coming in full steam ahead, and he's freaking people out. I don't know if you noticed that, and I don't know who the guy is in Canada. I can't remember his name. He said that he was going to have tariffs on Canada and Mexico, and the prime minister from over there came running to Florida, literally running to Florida to meet with Donald Trump to hash all that stuff out. So Donald Trump is coming in, and he is coming in like a wrecking ball. So all of those things are happening. Let's see. Cyclone is headed. It's headed to India. There's been a lot of rainfall and stuff. So that's happening currently. Let's keep those people in prayer. We've seen a lot of stuff like that over here recently. We don't wish that on anybody. So those are just kind of the things that are in the news. You guys know that. So tonight I kind of want to talk about holiday planning, right? What does it look like for holiday planning? I want to give you a few tips on that and talk about that in the 15 minutes that remain. Number one, if you're going to take notes, stick to a budget, right? While shopping for gifts and preparing for holiday gatherings, I mean, it's, you should stick to your budget, right? Don't go over budget, because that will hurt you in the long run and probably in the short run too. So stick to a budget. Second thing is keep your pantry stocked, right? And your emergency stocking. Keep your pantry stocked with essentials, canned goods. I mean, that's just kind of like a staple, right? Bottled water. Keep all of that stuff. Maybe if you're collecting rainwater, if you're doing that, good. Keep doing that. Also, make sure that you're stocking a first aid kit. And you're stocking over-counter medicines, just in case, this winter weather comes and all of a sudden you're snowed in. Or you're like us Texans who were snowed in not too long ago. And what was that, 2021, I think? We were snowed in and we didn't know what to do because we never drive on ice or snow. And it was pretty bad. So keep your pantry stocked. Keep your medication stocked just in case in the event that you have to kind of shelter in place or just kind of be stuck at home, right? So keep doing that. Also, you want to make sure that you secure your home, right? It's in the news. We have all of these people that have come in and these gangs that are trying to take over the cities. And it's important for you to secure your home because anything can happen. Winter's coming. There's a lot of homeless people, and they're going to get desperate. And so if they're not going to, excuse me, if they're going to raid or rob the supermarket, the next thing could be your home. So just kind of secure your home because of all the increased violence. You want to make sure that your home is secure because theft is going to rise. It's going to rise, especially during the winter months because people don't have anything. And, it's been here in Texas, it's been, warm. And so, people can be outside that are homeless and it's not so bad unless it's, the heat of the summer. But when it gets cold, it's a whole different story. And so, just make sure that your home is secure, and just double check your locks and maybe even consider using light timers outside because a lot of robberies and stuff happen in the middle of the night. So just make sure that you have those provisions. Maybe you have some professional boomsticks at your disposal just in case somebody tries to break in. But make sure you're following the laws where you live, right? Proverbs tells us in Proverbs 21:5, it reminds us that the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. And so, I talk about preparedness because, yes, God will provide our needs, but God also gives us 2 hands and 2 feet for us to be able to do that. And so, we should be striving to make plans for our family and being able to provide for them. It's so important. Preparation isn't just about physical readiness. It's also about stewarding our resources wisely and trusting God's provision as we navigate the season's demands. So, guys, that's so important. And always, as God's prepared warriors, we should always be vigilant to the things that are happening outside. We should always be ready, because you just never know. You just never know when things are going to pop off. Hey guys, we have 10 minutes. You guys want to ask me anything? Let's throw that out in the comments. Time to dip. Okay, Linda. See you later. Good. So yeah. So I'm glad that you guys joined me tonight, and I was glad to share with you my fun times at Palmetto State Park and all of the hurricane that I experienced out there. The hurricane, the tornado, whatever you want to call it, that just kind of blew away my canopy. So yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. I'll cut you guys out loose early today, and I look forward to seeing you guys through YouTube this week. I have a few things lined up for you guys to come out. I'm probably going to stay up late tonight and work on tomorrow morning's video. So be looking out for that. Thank you guys for joining me. Aaron, thank you guys for coming out. Aaron, Salt Miss, Linda, Prep Rebel. Thank you for coming out here, man. I'm glad to see you. And shoot me an email, brother. Let's get together this week and talk. See how you're doing. And thank you guys for coming. You guys on YouTube, thanks for joining me tonight. If you're watching this on a replay, go to the description and look at all of my social media links. They're there for you to follow. And, make sure that you're following me and you're getting all of the updates that that are happening here. You'll get to see that cool stuff. So guys, make sure you're following me there. If you have not followed me outside of YouTube, I encourage you to do it, because I throw my life out on social media. I'm not afraid. God is the one who protects me. And so you guys, I do that to encourage you guys. On my personal Facebook page, every morning, I take a picture of myself and I connect it with a song, right? And so the song goes with how I'm feeling that day. And usually it's always an encouraging song. So make sure you guys are following and even checking out that content, right? Even checking out Walking with Fernando on YouTube. That's another, on Facebook, that's another page that I have. And it's all about, getting up and exercising. I kind of talked about that on my walk on the trail this week. So if you're wondering where that is, I'll throw that out on socials tomorrow. But it's on Facebook, and it's just simply called Walking with Fernando. And I'm basically walking and encouraging people to get up and move and walk. And I even throw in some health tips and stuff. So yeah, I'm a certified keto coach, and so I do that stuff. So guys, thank you for joining me tonight. I am super excited, that you guys joined, and I'm glad that you guys are part of the community. I'm also going to be putting out this week the new community page I created on Facebook, where I want all of us to get together and start creating God's Prepared Warrior community, not just here in San Antonio where I am, but where you are. And so, maybe God has you here because you're the one that's going to start that community. I'm just saying, I really want God's Prepared Warrior to not just be here to be all about me. I want it to be all about you guys and us working together and prepping together, learning together, all about that, and learning how we can be not just physically prepared, but also spiritually prepared for whatever happens, right? Because God is in control of all things anyway. And it's just getting our mind ready for what God is going to do next in our life. So, guys, thank you for joining me. The Crowned Life, hey, thank you for joining us tonight. make sure you watch the replay because we're about to end. But I'm so glad, guys, that you were here to join me tonight. I look forward to hearing or seeing you this week through the videos and stuff that I post out on my social medias. Check them out in the description. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And let's get the word out that God's Prepared Warrior is coming to every state in the United States, because that's what God wants us to do, so that we can start helping each other, helping our family, helping our friends be prepared, not just physically, but also spiritually. Guys, God bless you. Thank you for joining me tonight. And I'm super excited that you guys were here to join me. I look forward to seeing you again.